Randomness? It's a girl thing. Planning your entire future with a guy you've only spoken 3 words to? It's a girl thing. Online shopping problem? It's a girl thing. A full camera roll? It's a girl thing. Going to the bathroom together? It's a girl thing. You name it. It's a girl thing.
Hi, and welcome back to the It's a Girl Thing podcast. It's me, Kate, and we're here for another day, another chit chat, but it's not just another you and me session. Today, I have the lovely Freya here with me, and I am so excited because it's been a little while since we've had a friend to chat with. So, welcome, Freya. Feel free to introduce yourself and tell us what your life looks like.
Hey guys, I'm Freya. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Kate, for having me. Yeah, I am a uni student. I live in Christchurch. I study a Bachelor of Communications and I major in Stratcom, so strategic communications. I'm third year. I also have a couple of jobs on the side and I love to create content, as some of you might know. But yeah, that's a bit about me.
Well, that is lovely. I love keeping it close with my New Zealand girlies, so it's wonderful to
Yeah.
have you here. And today I think we're going to talk a little bit about like the uni experience because obviously you're down in Christchurch at University of Canterbury and
Yeah.
I'm at a polytech, so it's a very different experience in general.
Mm.
So I feel like personally I haven't had the like classic uni experience that I feel like you're told you're supposed to have. So
Mm.
I thought it'd be really interesting to talk about it and see, well, what similarities are there? And am I really missing out?
I'm excited to share how like my experience because I feel like it is so important for everyone to realize that like not every uni experience is going to be the same. Everyone's going to experience it differently and all of that. So yeah, keen to share.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing I didn't realize at the time because you see, like social media, for example, you only see a highlight reel, you only see a snapshot of people's lives and experiences. So it
Yeah.
all looks so same. But
Yeah.
in reality, when you t step back and look at the big picture, everybody's experience is so different because different people, different lifestyles, different like
Hmm.
courses, there's so
Hmm.
much to get into. So yeah, let's dig straight into it. What is your favorite thing about being a girl? I love this question, so I'm excited to hear what your answer is.
Okay. Really good question. My favorite thing about being a girl is definitely like being a girl's girl, just like having your girlfriends to just like chat to. I feel like a girl's chat is just unmatched. We can talk about the randomest stuff, and I just love the convos and just like hanging out with girls. We're just so much fun. I feel like our energy is just, yeah, like I said, unmatched, and I just love being wholesome with the girls.
I love that. I think everybody I've talked to has a slightly different answer, but the key theme that I've seen come through all of them is really just that connection and the connection that we
100%.
make with each other. Like it, we don't even have to know each other that well. Like you and I've
No, we
only
just
connected
vibe.
through social media, and it's
Yeah,
just like that thing where you can just be with anyone and you can be a girl's girl and you can hype people up and you don't actually have to know the like really the first thing about them. You're just there and it's just so wholesome. And I
definitely.
agree. I love that.
100%.
So we've kind of touched on this, but I have more questions because I know if I
Mhm.
have a question, somebody else out there is going to have the question. So you
Yeah.
said you go to University of Canterbury and you study in
Mhm.
communications. What does
Yeah.
what does that actually mean? Like, what do you actually do? What do you
Yeah.
study in depth? Like, what's it going to transfer into? What kind of things can you do with it?
Yeah. Really good question. I definitely get asked this a lot. Going into it, I also didn't really know what it was going to be like. In first year, I actually started doing a Bachelor of Arts and I majored in media and communication, and my minor was marketing. Kind of a lot. I hated it. I hated how broad it was. I hated the, I had such random papers I was doing, and I was like, I'm going to come out with like something that I just don't really know what to do with, right? So, anyways, fast forward, I did like 3 months of it, didn't like it, and I did a media and communications paper, and I really, really, really loved it. Like that was the only paper I really liked. So I was like, hang on, does UC do like a Bachelor of Communications, like full stop, like that's it. Searched it up, and I was like, yep, 3-year degree. I was like, that's me, sold. I did it, and yeah, that's how I'm doing it now. But kind of off topic there. So your question about what it is, it's very much so. I learn how to communicate in like every scenario. So think about, I mean, your classic like social media. I've done papers in like risk and crisis. I've done papers in digital. I've done papers in, oh my gosh, I've done some like campaign proposal things. I've done everything you can think of communicating, like anything, any kind of communication I've dabbled in it. So what I want to do after this, it definitely, this communications degree, like it definitely aligns with my social media and my content creation really, really well. And I mean, I won't beat around the bush, but like 100% that is what I want to do when I'm older. I mean, I am old, but you know what I mean. And I just feel like I've learned so much through this degree, and it's helped me with creating content so much. So ideally, I'd love to work for myself one day, and putting it out into the universe now. But yeah, that's my degree. And like, how long did I just speak for? 5 minutes? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
You're totally fine. But that's okay. It's like one of those things. You hear so many different degrees and you're like, well,
Mm.
I understand what law is. I understand what
Mhm.
accounting is. I understand what medicine is. But then you've
Yeah,
got all these little things that
little
interconnect in, and you're
100%.
like, so what do you sit there and talk about in lectures?
Yeah.
That's where my brain always
And
goes.
I feel like I does get a little bit of a hard time. People kind of go, oh, like, why are you going to uni to study communications? It's like, well, actually, like, I know it's so simple and so small, but who's sending you that email when you contact whatever, blah, blah, blah? Who's writing up that, literally anything, who's writing the news, like communication, like I could have majored in journalism. So a lot of the people in my class I'll see on TV one day. Like it's just, yeah, it's a really cool degree, and I would highly recommend people, yeah, to just do it. Like it's real good, real fun.
That's great. Especially when you've said that you've gone from something you didn't particularly enjoy and was
Hmm.
not your cup of tea to finding something that you really do love. That's
Yeah.
often the biggest challenge I know with people trying to choose what they're
Hmm.
going to do. I also
100%.
loved what you said about the when I'm older, but I'm old,
Yeah.
because
I know.
I think that's a
Scary. Oh my gosh.
statement. I think that's a statement that I don't think we'll ever stop saying, because
I know.
it's like when we're a kid, you're like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a fairy
Yeah.
princess, or like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you're like, in high school, you're like, when I grow up, I'm gonna do this. And then now it's like, when I grow up, I'm gonna have this career. And then you're like,
I
well, I'm in this
know.
career. When I
Now
grow up,
I'm
I'm
in
gonna
it.
do this, that, and that. And I don't feel like that wheel ever
Yeah.
stops. And it's crazy
No.
because
No.
we're always looking ahead. And I guess in a
Yeah.
way, it also stops you from being like, well, right now I am. It's like, no,
Yeah.
but when I grow up, I'm going to be.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just so, yeah. No, 100%.
I just found that funny because it
Yeah.
is something I say all the time as well.
I know. I'm like, oh crap, I'm old now.
This kind of feeds into what we talked about, but your degree change. Have you had
Mhm.
moments where you wanted to change your degree or give up on uni full stop? How did you get through it? Like, how did you
Yeah.
go through that process?
So my first year of uni, like I said before, I did not enjoy the first few months. It was actually COVID. So I know a bit of a sensitive topic, but we were in lockdown, and I basically didn't really experience uni like everyone else did in that first year. I struggled to keep up. I struggled to kind of adapt to the uni life compared to what high school was, where high school was very much so, you got given stuff to do and you do it, and they were kind of pushing you to do it. Whereas uni, I mean, you'll know it's just like it's all you. If you're not gonna do it, tough. No one's gonna no one's gonna help you out. So yeah, I struggled a lot with that. Like I said, I did not like my degree at all. And my mum has always told me, do stick it out, like stick it out for a year. If you sign up for something, you hate it, stick it out for a year or however long, it is. And then we can see what happens after that, right? We can see if it's not working, whatever, if it's gone good, great. So I changed my degree, like I said, and I stuck it out for a year. And I was like, oh, this is all good. I've got 2 more years to go. This is fine. I can totally do this. I'm enjoying it way more. And yeah, it was honestly just diving into that whole like everyone's in the same boat. Everyone just try, just keep going, just keep going. And it worked out. So love that. Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but now I've completely forgotten. It might come back.
How would you say, like, from the people around you, how many people would you know that have like switched to their degrees or just like altered the course of it a little
Yeah,
bit?
definitely. Definitely the girls and the guys that are like doing degrees like myself, where you can pull from different papers, different courses and whatever. A lot of my closer friends are doing more of like teaching, law, all of that kind of stuff. So you can't really be pulling other, you know. So I know one of my friends actually has changed her degree like 3 times, just like I mean, I think actually one of the girls that I'll be graduating with next year, she only figured out what her minor was going to be like 4 months ago. Like it's not that big of a deal. And I want people to understand that like you can go to uni, start something and change it within 2 months. It's so fine. Like it's so normal. You don't have to stick to something. I would just highly recommend just staying at uni and just persevering with it and just dabbling in different different areas. You never know what you're gonna enjoy, right? Like, yeah.
Exactly. I think the thing is, uni is very different to high school. Like
Mm,
the subjects, even though you might have taken a subject in high school, it's still going to be so different in uni.
100%.
What has been your favorite experience from university so far?
Oh, I got a couple. First one, I like made no friends in first year. I'll fully admit that. I made no friends. Firstly, COVID was very hard to meet new people. But during second year, I was like, Freya, if you're gonna enjoy this uni life, you need to make some friends. So I remember sitting down in one of my classes and I was just like, go sit next to someone and talk to her and be friends with her. And I did. And now she's like one of my closest friends, uni friends to this day. So 100% making new friends and finding like a group of girls that you just go do uni with is makes it so much more fun. And yeah, so that. And then the second thing was, oh no, now I've forgotten. It'll come back. It'll come back. Hold on.
I'll give you a second or
Ask me
three.
something else.
Okay, we can come back to it and I'll just chop it in if
Yeah,
need be.
come back.
So I know COVID hugely impacted your first year, so
Yeah,
your experience will probably not be the same as what people would get now. But what
yeah,
did O Week look like for you then? And how did you make the most of
yeah.
it? How did you make the most of anything, any like opportunities that you did get in
Mhm.
first year?
Yeah. I bought the whole like at UC you can buy like a pack and it's like whatever, it's like $400 for like everything. So I bought that and then COVID happened, cancelled, everyone got refunded that money and it didn't go ahead. So I actually didn't get my first year O week. They did postpone a few events and it happened later on, but it just wasn't the same. Like I think I went to one and I think I left within an hour. It was just not the same. Like we were already halfway through the year. It was winter, it was cold. Yeah, like I said, I feel like every uni experience is different. Unfortunately, I didn't get to experience O week, but it's all good. I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I mean, I still went to like Electric Ave like the next year and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I didn't do toga, which is kind of sad, but it
I
is
feel
what
like
it
that
is.
is the most classic
I think it
in
is
New
as
Zealand
well.
O Week experience that I've seen is
hmm
toga.
Yeah.
I it kind of makes me glad to hear you say that because here at
Yeah,
my Polytech, we have an O week, but it's not O week. It's like
yeah,
get to know, here's a little bit of free food in our like foyer and me and we had like the therapy dogs come in. Like there was some cool little things
yeah.
that went on, but it wasn't what you'd call O week,
Not the
so to
whole,
speak.
yeah. And yeah, I don't think like I'm not upset that I missed out on it because also right now where I am, like I'm so out of that like whole woo party stage. Like I just can't. Like my body can't do it anymore. Looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, whatever. But when it was happening, I was like, damn it, like that sucks, but it's all good. Also, I remember what I was gonna say about what was the question again?
Oh, what are your favorite experiences?
The favorite thing that has like happened for me going to uni is the fact that I can like I'm saying like right now, but how I speak is so more, oh my gosh, now I can't speak like academic. And like I'm like, because when I don't go to uni for whatever 6 weeks when I'm on break, the words that come out of my mouth is so just not there. And when I'm doing uni, I'm like speaking, I sound so smart.
It sounds so proper.
Yes. So that is definitely something I really appreciate coming out of uni or doing uni is I just feel more intelligent, and I'm not trying to like boast about that or be like up myself, but honestly, I just feel so much. I feel like I can speak to adults without feeling like a child. I don't know. That's such a weird thing, but yeah, definitely that.
I get that. The like feeling like you've finally transitioned into that, like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm an adult. Like you have got like family gatherings and you've got like the kids' conversations where you get asked about school, asked about how things are with you. And then the adults
Yeah,
switch over to the adult conversations. And it's like
yeah.
feeling like you've transitioned from the kid side to the adult side.
100%. Yeah. I
You're
just I
like, I
feel
can
way
talk
more
with them
confident
now.
as well.
So, talking about like uni, how do you stay on top of lectures, uni assignments, and things like that? Any tips?
Mhm. One tip that I would give is have a calendar. It took me a year to figure out that a calendar is actually you're going to be your best friend. Whether that be on paper or whatever, sticking up on your wall, if it's on like buying a cute wee book from Kmart or on the computer, find a way where you can put all your lectures in for the week and plan out your week. I do mine on my computer because I'm such a tech gal. I love just opening my computer and having it all there. Just my computer's my little, at the start of every week, I would plan out my week. I'd write all my lectures in, everything I needed to attend, and it would just set me up so well. So I would highly recommend doing that. With going to lectures and stuff, you'll start to realize that for the first 2 weeks, I'd say go to your lectures, go to all your lectures and your tutorials, whatever you have, go because they're probably the most important ones. Well, especially for my degree, just yeah. And then after that, you can kind of dabble in like, do I need to go to this one? Can I, stay at home, watch it online, whatever. Um, very much my second year, I was very much an online girly. I'd watch all my lectures online. I'd sit on the couch with my audio on, watch them. I got into such a good routine. And then this year, I've been way more like going in. So honestly, it's just finding the balance, finding what works for you, testing things out. Don't just copy what other people are doing because sometimes it doesn't work. Like if you need a day off, take a day off and schedule that lecture to watch tomorrow, unless it's like have to be there, it's getting marked, then please go because it helps. But
I
yeah.
That's so good to know because for me here, because I'm doing kind of a med-based course,
hmm
in my mind it's like I have at least one or two lectures every day. Like I'm
hmm
not one a week per class. I'm at least two or
hmm
three. And so I'm there going, I need to go. I need to sit in that class. But yesterday morning I woke up just feeling like run down and I was just like, do I really need to go? I'm like, I should go. Usually I just force myself out of bed and go.
Yeah.
But I was like, well. she'll be right. Like it'll be
Yeah.
online, and
Yeah.
I felt so guilty about it, but I'm like, why should I
Yeah.
if
You
the
make it
resources are
work.
there?
100%. And I feel like at the end of the day, you always make it work. If you really want it, you'll make it work, whatever it is. But yeah, honestly, just find, especially at uni, you just got to find balance and you've just got to find what works for you. Otherwise, it will be a hard road. Unless, yeah, just chill, have fun, do what you need to do, get it done. You'll be all good. That's what I say.
It's like the very Kiwi should be right mindset. You'll
Oh,
work it, you'll
yeah.
find a way.
No, 100%. What will be, what will be.
So we've talked all about your uni experience, and I know you're a content creator on TikTok, so alongside school. Talk a little bit about that.
Mhm.
What made you want to start posting on social media, but while you're at uni and things like that?
I love connecting. I love connections. I love helping people. I've always known that I love to help people, whether that be as simple as helping them get to drive them somewhere or help them with uni or help them whatever, buy them lunch. I don't know. But I love helping people and I have a love for tech. I love editing. I love photography. I love all that creation kind of vibe. And back in like year 7 or 8, I just remember filming myself on photo booth, importing it into iMovie, editing it, and I didn't end up posting anything on YouTube then. But then it got to like year 9 and 10. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. Started a wee YouTube channel. Bless my wee heart. I probably pumped out like 3 videos a week. I don't know how I did that.
That's
Oh my goodness.
commitment.
I know. I got this camera that was just in my house. I started filming. Took a wee break, maybe like year 11, because, love a bit of bullying in high school. Nah, it
It
wasn't really bullying. It
it
was just
just
kind of
gets
like
like more awkward and embarrassing,
awkward.
I feel like.
Yeah, I
Cringy.
just got
It
so many
feels
stories
cringy more than
about.
anything.
Yeah, 100%. Anyways, took a wee break and then kind of went back on it on YouTube, posting a little bit, I'd say a little bit more. The content's but not bit cooler. Posted there and then stopped on YouTube because it was a lot. And then in uni, first year uni, I never had TikTok. I was always like, nah, don't need it, don't want it. I was like, it's just for the dancers, right? It's just for the girls that can dance. Not me. I cannot dance. So anyways, I downloaded it one day, and this is when like Alex Earl was kind of popping off. She was doing the Get Ready With Me's, and I was like, let's try. So I did that, and then ever since then, I just have posted. Took some time to like, not really. I've done a bit like on and off, but recently I've really been going a lot more, putting a lot more effort into it, and trying to align it with my Instagram as well. But yeah, I love creating new things. Like the fact that I can create a new video every single day and it can be different is so cool to me. Like I just love it. I love doing something different every day. And I get to document my life. Like, hi, like, isn't that so cool?
And
Like whatever I do, I just video it and yeah, it's
I
just
guess
fun.
at the end of the day, it's like just a video diary for you. Like, even if other
Oh,
people get benefit out of
100%.
it, great. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, cool. I can look back on it in 20 years and be like,
Yeah.
well, that's what my life looked like.
Yeah. And I have already been doing that. Like the other night, I scrolled all the way down on my TikTok and I was like, oh my gosh, I have like changed so much, but it's such not good change. And like, yes, I can look at it and go, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing, Freya. But I'm like, no, good on you. It's just, you're just growing, you're just changing. So really appreciating that growth is so important as well and helps to really just keep going with it.
Okay, leading off what was something that was said in there. You said we talked about being like cringy and embarrassing and going through that awkward stage.
Mhm.
How do you overcome that now? Because I personally know
Yeah.
that some days it does just feel cringy. You do just feel weird
Mhm.
and awkward about filming and posting. How do you
100%.
cope with that? How do you get over it?
Really, really good question. I would say the first thing is I'm so lucky that I'm surrounded by people that don't they care, but and they don't have they're not like, oh, Freya, that's so cringe. Like they're so supportive. They think it's so cool. So that's one thing, surrounding yourself with people who actually care and actually want to know what it is and is interested in it. I would say the only people that have given me a little bit of like, what are you doing? Are men over the age of 30. So they can
Oddly
go away.
specific, but fair enough.
Yes. Just honestly though, like I feel like if people don't support you, they don't get it. And that is all good. I just push them. I just go, all good. That's fine. You do you, and I'm doing me. Like, leave me alone. It is all good. I really don't. This sounds so like, but like, I honestly don't care what people think of me. Like, I'm doing me. I'm having fun. I'm probably at the most like peaceful time of my life right now. So I don't know. Blocking just, it's super hard, but just forgetting about what people think of you and doing you, because people will fall in love with you if you're being yourself. I've tried so many times to copy other people, to be someone that I haven't been. It's not sustainable. You can't carry on doing it. It doesn't work. I've seen so much more growth and in me, but also on my platform when I'm actually just being me and like being real. Because I can pump out so many more videos that are authentic and me if I'm being me, if that makes sense.
I get what you mean. So talking
Yeah.
about like negativity and things like that. So let me just like recap what I've heard and check if I'm right. So you're saying that like it doesn't really bother you what other people think. Or
Hmm.
like it does, but you choose not to let it bother you.
Hmm.
So it's as simple as just
Definitely
like blocking and moving on.
100%. It's so hard, but like you've just got to realize that everyone is entitled to have their own opinion. 100%. That's life. Everyone's going to think differently. You cannot make every single person like you. Someone's going to have an opinion, and that is so fine. Focus on the people and focus on the people that love what you do and will support you. Be you. Like, everyone is different. Everyone is so special. You just gotta just be you and just embrace what you have to give in this world. It's freaking cool. Like, the fact that we're here on a planet living life is so cool. And I feel like people forget that. People are so tunnel vision with life. And it's like, gotta do this, gotta do this. Or that person, opinion about that person. It's like, just chill out. It's all good. Have some fun.
Like at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be alive. Like
Oh
it's a
my gosh.
blessing to be here
Yeah.
and to get to
So
experience the
grateful.
day. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean that some people don't have it harder than others, but at the end of the
100%.
day, it is a blessing to begin with. What happens
Hmm.
from there doesn't necessarily, the day might
Hmm.
not be a blessing, but the fact that you started out the day alive is a blessing. So we kind of talked about it, but what drives you to continue sharing your life on social media? Like what keeps you accountable?
The people that follow me, actually, the people that comment, the people that message me, that definitely drives me. I also, it's like it's a hobby to me. Like, waking up, like, I get excited when I go to bed. I get excited to wake up and film and get ready with me. Like, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to say in it. Like, it's so much fun. I think the fact that it's fun is why I do it. Like, it's just, it brings me so much joy. I find it so satisfying being able to, like, the whole process of filming a video, editing it, posting it, commenting on, connecting with people, all of that stuff, the analytics, looking at all the data. Like, I love every single part of it. And I think that's why I just keep doing it, because it's just so much fun.
It's I love that you get so much joy out of it in a place
Hmm.
that often triggers so much negativity for other people. It's
Yeah.
such a blessing to see that at the end of the day it can be used for both good and evil, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for t giving us a little insight into your like content creation journey and how
So
that
good.
looks for you. So to
Yeah.
finish up our like questions, I just had what are your top tips for someone who's about to experience university for the first time?
Very good question. We've got such good questions. Okay, top tip. This is going to sound so. Actually, this can be, I'll say that later. Top tip, what I said before, a calendar. Get a calendar and write all your stuff down that you need to do and break it down by week or semester by semester. Just break it down. It makes life so much easier. Second thing is It's not that deep. If something goes wrong, it's fine. Move on. It's happened. What are you going to do next to fix it? The third thing is lectures. Well, the people there, the tutors, they're there to help you. They're getting paid. Ask them for help. Ask them for the answer. If they're not going to give it to you, just keep pushing it. They will. So please ask for help for just anyone. Like, yeah. And then the last thing, which is what I was going to say first, but for me, I like to present myself nicely. So dress comfy, dress cute, put some makeup on, do whatever, put some moisturizer on, do your hair, and have a bag that you love. That is so weird to say, but honestly, like I invested in like a nice like leather bag. Oh my gosh, it made me want to go to uni so much more. It's so
Literally,
bad to
no,
admit, but
that's
it's so
so
true.
fair. I think
Yeah,
I touched on this the other day in an episode I did that was called Studying is Fun. Studying can
yeah.
be fun sometimes. And it was talking about, yeah, if you're somebody who studies best in comfy clothes, wear your comfy clothes. If
Oh
you're
my gosh,
somebody who
yes.
feels motivated by making yourself all put together
hmm
and making yourself look and feel your best,
hmm
then do that too. You've got to find the things that
hmm
like motivate you. Imagine you're in a
100%.
TV show. What would your favorite TV character look like if they were going to uni?
Yeah. And like I was saying before, like find what works for you because it just makes the experience so much easier and just so good when you just find balance. And it can take time. Like, don't beat yourself up if you can't find the balance straight away. It's all good. Like, it took me like a year. No, probably more than that. Like, I'd say only just now, which is I'm in my third year, I've finally found like a really nice rhythm of just living life, going to uni, doing what I love. So, what, it's taken me 2 years. So, don't beat yourself up. It'll come. Just wait.
Well, thank you for your lovely, lovely advice. So, if people who've been listening today want to reach out to you, follow you on social media, where can they find you? What are your handles?
Yeah, so I post both on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are both the same. It's just Freya Marshall and Freya spelled Freyja, and there's three A's after the Freya as well. But yeah, I'd love for you all to join the fam.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been great getting to have a completely different perspective than my own on uni life, studying, and all things social media and in between.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it's been so good. I feel like I've talked so much. I'm so sorry. And also, I don't know if it made sense. So,
It's okay. We love a little bit of realistic uncoordination.
yeah.
It's just like FaceTime with besties. Like I love it.
Exactly.
That's what we're going for.
Same. I love the rawness. So good.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. It's been great having you. If you have any topics you'd love for me to discuss, want some big sisterly advice, or just want to say hey, just reach out to me on Instagram at It's a Girl Thing Pod, and I hope you join us next week. Stay beautiful.